What it do, everybody, and welcome back to All Sports Media TV. I am your host, KJ the Great, and since we on the topic of women's boxing today, I'm gonna continue and we gonna get it going since I'm stuck in this fucking traffic. Let me calm down. Anyway, we talking about the current WBO champion, women's welterweight champion, none other than Mikaela Mayer. She'll be taking on Mary Spencer in her next fight. Mary Spencer, who is 10 wins, 2 losses, with 6 wins by way of knockout. She lost, her 2 losses came back-to-back to Femke Hermans. One was a split decision, and the other one was a unanimous decision, I believe. Mikaela Mayer is 21 wins, 2 losses, with both of her losses coming by split decision, shrouded in a lot of controversy for a lot of people. Her first loss to Alicia Baumgardner was on that all-women's card overseas, and she felt that, you know, she did enough to win that fight. I felt that fight was close. Could have been a win either way or a draw, but I felt like both fighters slowed down over the last half of that fight. Now, her loss to Natasha Jonas, that was a big surprise to me because I scored the fight 96-94 for Mikaela Mayer. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, you know, you fought in Natasha Jonas' backyard, she got favor from the judges. I don't want to go that route. But what I can say is that I felt like she did do just enough to win that fight. It could have been a little bit more down the stretch, but you know how those things go. Now, with she's, like I said, 21 wins, 2 losses. She's only got 5 wins by way of knockout, so she's relatively unknown as a big puncher. But as she's moved up in weight, the thing that surprised me about Mikaela Mayer is that her gas tanks looks a hell of a lot better. And she did note that being at the lower weights was draining her body, was potentially hurting her performances, and that could possibly be the reason for the 2 losses. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know, but it's already in the books. We're not going to debate that further. Now, as I said, she has looked a lot better as she's moved up. In her last 2 fights, she fought former WBO champion Sandy Ryan. The first fight was shrouded in mystery, controversy, and everything else you can think of, because prior to the fight, on fight night, just like hours before the fight, somebody had it in their mind to throw paint over Sandy Ryan as she was leaving, I guess, her hotel and headed towards the venue. Her coaches were hysterical, didn't want her to go out and fight. She pressed the issue and still wanted to fight. She ended up losing a majority decision in that fight. Mikaela Mayer, while I do feel like it was a close fight, I believe she earned that victory. It was hard fought, but a rematch was due, and she definitely granted that rematch. And that's in part because all the other champions were tied up. She did say that because she wanted to go straight into unification bouts, but all the other champions were tied up. But rightfully so, she granted the rematch to Sandy Ryan, in which she shined like never before. I'm gonna tell you, this was probably to date one of her, if not the best performance she put on. And I'm not just saying this because she's an American fighter. I'm saying this solely because Sandy Ryan just did not make any adjustments at all in this fight. And Sandy Ryan is a really, really good fighter. I like watching Sandy Ryan. She's an amazing fighter, in my opinion. But this fight, she didn't make any adjustments in this fight. She didn't make any early adjustments, late adjustments. It seemed like the whole incident with the paint probably carried over in some type of way. It was just not the Sandy Ryan that we're used to when we're talking Sandy Ryan potentially being an elite level fighter. So they will be squaring off real soon, Mary Spencer and Mikaela Mayer, and which I think this will be a good chance. I like Mary Spencer. She got some good highlights. She's got 6 wins by KO and 10 wins. So she would have to be, that's about a 50% clip, because she has the 2 losses. So she would have to be a little on the leery, Mikaela Mayer, that is. But I also think this could be the fight that she shines and builds off of that last victory. I would definitely expect nothing less than a unanimous decision performance, but a wide margin. I think this is the type of fight that, you know, you go out, you dominate, and you try to entice the other champions to go into a unification bout with you. You know, definitely the type of fight you want to put on your best performance if you want those unification bouts. That way you're not sitting on the shelf and potentially have to take mandatories or be on the shelf for a year or 2. You know, you don't want that. So let me know what you guys think about this fight coming up, Mary Spencer versus Mikaela Mayer, the WBO champion. Let me know in the comments. Peace.